Yo, thanks for tuning in to Celeb Source, your source for celeb news. Now, today we have Kanye West and his political platform that he is going to be standing on when he's running for president for 2020. Now, we all know that Kanye West stated that he wanted to run for president in 2024, but he's pushed that date back to 2020, and I know what a lot of y'all thinking. Is he for real? Is this something serious? Is he actually planning on looking into running for the presidency of the United States of America? Well, what we're going to do for today is we're going to provide you with a little bit of input and background on his political platform for today. Now, a lot of things that we didn't know prior or previously, and today we are going to be finding out. I'm going to be hitting you with some information so you can make an informed decision on Kanye's political position on various topics and subjects. Now, I know what you're thinking. You're like, yo, man, does the dude even have like a slogan? Everybody had a slogan, you know what I'm saying? Donald Trump had the Make America Great Again slogan, right? Obama had the slogan, change, okay? So what would Kanye West's slogan be? Well, believe it or not, his platform, first of all, let's get first things first. Now, the question is, does the man have a running mate? He does have a running mate, and it's a preacher from Wyoming by the name of Michelle Tidball. Okay? Yes, Michelle Tidball. Now, I said the word yes because that is the slogan that Kanye West's party will be running on. The slogan will be yes, and here's the thing. A lot of successful people say one of the most powerful words in the English language is no. But Kanye West is going to be running on the word yes. And if you know anything about anything, yes can be a very fateful word. You don't want to say yes to so many things because you'll find yourself in a whole heap of trouble. Now, the party name that Kanye is going to be running on is going to be called, and yo, I'm telling you the truth here, all right? The party name that Kanye is going to be running on is going to be called The Birthday Party. Yeah, you heard me, The Birthday Party. Which I guess goes with the slogan, right? Because you're going to be asking the question, yo, is this dude for real? And the answer is going to be the slogan, which is yes. The birthday party is called The Birthday Party because Kanye says, quote, when we win, it's everybody's birthday. Close quote. Now, I know you're like, yo, are we in an episode of The Twilight Zone? Yes. Now, a lot of people say, yo, man, wasn't he the same dude that supported Donald Trump? Well, let me let you know what Kanye West said concerning Donald Trump, okay? Not only does Kanye West state that this whole thing is not a publicity stunt, but he also states that he lost confidence in President Donald Trump and says, quote, I don't like that I caught wind that he hid in the bunker. Close quote. Now, the hiding in the bunker thing has to do with what was going on concerning the George Floyd protests and everything that was going on surrounding that time. And word is that instead of the illustrious president, right, addressing his people, addressing his nation, addressing his children, if you will, okay, instead of him doing that, he decided to go hide in a bunker, stating that there's a level of cowardice that disgusted Kanye West, and he didn't want anything to do with that. All right. Now, here's the thing. We know that Kanye West seems like he really supported Donald Trump at one time. Now, concerning Donald Trump, he's saying, I'm not saying that Trump's in my way. This is what he says, quote, I'm not saying Trump's in my way. He may be a part of my way. And Joe Biden, like, come on, man, please. You know, Obama's special. Trump is special. We could say Kanye West is special. And we know without a doubt that Kanye West is special. But he continues on and says, America needs special people that lead. Bill Clinton, special. Joe Biden's not special. Close quote. Which is a very fascinating and interesting statement when you think of Joe Biden politically. He appears to be yet another politician that we feel like we've seen a million times. Now, we knew that when Donald Trump came on the scene, we was going to get something different. We just didn't know exactly. Well, I want to say a lot of people suspected that it was going to be a really super bad kind of different. But it wasn't the kind of different that we appear to be seeing right now. The different that we're seeing now is a scary kind of different. Most people suspected it was going to be we're going to be plunged into war with North Korea type of different. Okay, now let's take a look at Kanye West's platform. All right, like his views concerning his political platform. Now, on his support for Donald Trump, he says, quote, "Trump is the closest president we've had in years to allowing God to still be part of the conversation." To that, I'll say, I don't really know how I feel about that. I mean, he does seem, I'll agree, kind of, sort of, right? I'm not saying that Trump is 100% on God's side, because we know Trump is wow to the left, right? But for the most part, Trump was big on allowing, like, you know, a Bible study and stuff like that to be a big part, especially with his boy, the creepy guy in the background, Pence, right? And so we see a lot of that. It's funny because somebody stated before, you know, with the name Trump and the Vice President Pence, like maybe this is the trumpets that the Bible was actually talking about. Real funny, right? Like as part of the major calamities. I don't know. I'm just throwing some stuff out there. Now, on his natural political party, Kanye West said, "I would run as a Republican if Trump wasn't there. I will run as an independent if Trump is there." So we know that Kanye West's political platform would be the Republican platform, which is vastly different from a Democrat's platform. Now, mind you, I just want to throw this out here, okay? A lot of people don't seem to understand the differences between the political platforms. And let me just throw this out here. I've asked lots of people, like hundreds of people, right? I've asked hundreds of people, okay? I've given them details about both political platforms without letting them know which one was Democrat, which one was Republican. And I'm just telling you, with my experience, a lot of people found themselves siding with the Republican platform until I told them, yo, the side that you agreed with was the Republican side of the platform. These folks walked away like, oh, shoot, this is scary. And a lot of the questions that I asked, a lot of the people that I asked those questions to were high schoolers, mind you. So they're not even like adults. They're just kids, and I would just ask them general questions about gun control, and I would ask them general questions about abortion, and yo, what's your stance on abortion? What's your stance on gun control? What's your stance on the death penalty? All that stuff. And they almost always lined up with Republican ideals. Okay? Now, on Kanye West's MAGA hat, Kanye West has stated the following: "One of the main reasons I wore the red hat as a protest to the segregation of votes in the black community. Also, other than the fact that I like Trump hotels and the saxophones in the lobby." Okay. When the discussion turns to race with the White House, he says, quote, "One time I talked to Jared Kushner, who was saying, we don't have black leaders, we just have hustlers. Why? Because they killed all the black leaders." Close quote. Really? Jared Kushner, that's how you're talking? Okay. That's quite the fascinating comment, to say the least, from Jared Kushner. This is Kanye West's thoughts now on Democrats. He says, quote, "That is a form of racism and white supremacy and white control to say that all black people need to be Democrat and to assume that me running is me splitting the vote. All of that information is being charged up on social media platforms by Democrats. And Democrats used to tell me, the same Democrats have threatened me. The reason why this is the first day I registered to vote is because I was scared. I was told that if I voted on Trump, my music career would be over. I was threatened into being in one party. I was threatened as a celebrity into being into one party. I was threatened as a black man into the Democratic Party. And that's what the Democrats are doing emotionally to my people, threatening them to the point where this white man can tell a black man, if you don't vote for me, you're not black. Close quote. Referring to what Joe Biden said when he made the statement that if black people don't vote for him, you're just clearly not black. Now, this is a very fascinating comment that Kanye West is saying. We definitely know that back in the days when the political platforms were originally kind of thrown out there, we know that the Republican platform, well, a lot of people don't seem to know, but the Republican platform was the platform that largely supported blacks. And the Democrat platform really didn't. And what they did was they wound up getting some political leaders that lined up with them that were definitely about black movements. And therefore, we see the political platform seem to shift with the image largely being connected to black people. All right. So I think this is the direction that Kanye West was largely coming from. Now, on how the race will be decided, Kanye says this, quote, "Let's see if the appointing is at 2020 or if it's 2024, because God appoints the president. If I win in 2020, then it was God's appointment. If I win in 2024, then that was God's appointment." This is close quote. This is referring to the concept of sovereignty. Now, a lot of people might not know that term. A lot of people do. Sovereignty is all about God is the one that makes the final decision, close quote. Not close quote, end of discussion, period. That's it. God is the one that calls the shots. Anybody that is placed into power, they're placed into power based upon God's appointment. Now, a lot of people are like, yo, but what about, mean rulers and stuff like that? Kim Jong-un, you mean to tell me that God placed that person in power? Yo, it is not outside of God's power, according to scriptures, right? It is not outside of God's power to put people in funky situations so they could place their dependence upon him, because that's the only way that they could be in a safe situation in terms of the afterlife. Like, some people need to be scared into the house. Okay, you might think like, yo, man, he shouldn't have to do that or whatever, but maybe your head is so hard, that's the only way he could do it. When it comes down to the coronavirus cure, Kanye West says the following, quote, "We pray for the freedom. It's all about God. We need to stop doing things that make God mad." Close quote. Essentially stating that the coronavirus is a form of, I want to say punishment. It sounds like he's saying the coronavirus is a form of punishment, or diseases or pandemics are forms of punishment upon people for making God mad. Now, on vaccines, Kanye West said it's so many of our children that are being vaccinated and paralyzed. So when they say the way we're going to fix COVID is with a vaccine, I'm extremely cautious. That's the mark of the beast. Word? They want to put chips inside of us. Yo, I heard this one before. They want to do all kinds of things that make it where we can't cross the gates of heaven. I'm sorry. When I say they, the humans that have the devil inside them. And the saddest thing is that we all won't make it to heaven, that there'll be some of us that do not make it. Next question. Close quote. I know you like, yo, man, this is a lot. You're like, yo, this is a lot. But this is what he's saying. And here's the thing. You might think like, yo, this dude doesn't stand a chance, right? But like, that's like saying a reality TV show star didn't stand a chance. Now, on deciding, it looks like, yo, we might have to do a part 2 of this video. On deciding to run for president, Kanye West says, quote, "It's when I was being offered the Michael Jackson Video Vanguard Awards at MTV. I remember being at my mom's house, my mother-in-law, because my house was being worked on. She calls me son and I call her mom. I was in the shower thinking, I write raps in the shower. It hit me to say, you're gonna run for president. And I started laughing hysterically. I was like, this is the best. I'm gonna go out there and they're gonna think I'm gonna do these songs and do this for entertainment, how rigged award shows are, and then say I'm president. And I just laughed in the shower. I don't know for how long, but that's the moment it hit me." Yo, when it comes down to foreign policy, you're going to have to check the second part of this video. All right? Thanks for tuning in to Celeb Source, your source for celeb news.